This is the last video in our three-part series on the Atacama Giant. If you missed part 1 or 2, there's a recap at the very beginning to get you up to speed. But otherwise, let's dive into the most intriguing yet controversial theories about the origin of the Atacama Giant, which may just be the key to unraveling this enduring mystery. Just over 200 years ago, two Spanish explorers stumbled upon something peculiar while crossing the arid plains of northern Chile. They came across a series of large footprints that were geometrically perfect, far from the tracks of any animal they recognized. The Atacama Giant was born. For decades, the giant's identity has been the subject of intense debate with experts divided over its nature and origins. We started our investigation by diving into the region's folklore and oral histories. Through these narratives, we discovered the existence of a gigantic, hairy, cannibalistic creature known as the Atacama, which lived in caves and feasted on human flesh. Could this local myth be more than just a story? We then turned our attention to the physical evidence, analyzing the trackways left behind by the giant and comparing them to other prehistoric footprints found around the world. Our findings suggested that the prints could have been created by a primate similar to a gorilla or chimpanzee, but of immense size. However, even as we piece together these clues, new questions arise. Who or what was this creature, and why did it suddenly vanish without a trace? To answer this, we need to consider the most compelling theories proposed by experts over the years. Theory number 1. An enigmatic, ape-like creature. Renowned primatologist and anthropologist Dr. David Linden shared an intriguing perspective on the enigma. He believed that the Atacama tracks might have been left by a now extinct species of ape. Linden's hypothesis is supported by his extensive experience studying primates and the unique characteristics of the prints themselves. However, critics argue that there's no concrete evidence to support the existence of such a species in the region. Furthermore, the absence of any fossils or skeletal remains makes it challenging to accept this theory as fact. Theory number 2. A mysterious dinosaur. Geologist and paleontologist Dr. Stephen Milojevic put forth another captivating theory. He suggested that the Atacama Giant could have been a previously unknown species of dinosaur that roamed the Earth during the late Cretaceous period. This era lasted from about 145 to 65 million years ago, offering a potential window for dinosaurs to have existed in the area. However, this idea faces skepticism as well. The presence of dinosaurs in the Atacama Desert has not been confirmed through fossil evidence, and their supposed extinction at the end of the Cretaceous period challenges the notion that they could have coexisted with humans. Theory number 3. A human ancestor. Anthropologist Dr. Milford Wolpoff offered a fascinating theory that the Atacama Giant may have been an early human ancestor. He pointed to the humanoid shape of the footprints, suggesting they could have belonged to a member of the genus Homo. According to Dr. Wolf, the giant may have belonged to a now extinct species of early human that once inhabited the Americas. This intriguing possibility aligns with the discovery of other ancient footprints in North America that date back hundreds of thousands of years. However, critics argue that without physical evidence, it's impossible to confirm this theory. Theory number 4, a cryptid. Perhaps the most intriguing theory is the notion that the Atacama Giant was a cryptid, a creature whose existence is not fully understood or accepted by mainstream science. Renowned cryptozoologist Dr. Roy McCall believes that the giant may have been a member of an unknown species that remains hidden from the scientific community. This idea is supported by numerous eyewitness accounts of strange, hairy creatures inhabiting the remote regions of the Atacama Desert. However, the lack of verifiable evidence makes it challenging to accept this theory as fact. Theory number 5. A misinterpretation. Finally, there are those who believe that the entire mystery of the Atacama Giant may be a misinterpretation of natural phenomena. Some skeptics suggest that the footprints were likely created by natural processes such as erosion or geological activity. However, This theory fails to account for the numerous eyewitness accounts of the giant, as well as the detailed descriptions of its tracks. So what is the most likely explanation for the Atacama Giant? As we conclude our investigation, we must acknowledge the limitations of our knowledge and the uncertainties that surround this enigmatic mystery. While each theory has its merits and offers a glimpse into the unknown, none can be definitively proven. The Atacama footprints, initially discovered in 1877, were examined by scientists. Their conclusion was that they couldn't provide a definite explanation for the tracks, and the giant's existence remained a mystery. Other scientists, who later investigated the site, were unable to find any further evidence, leaving the question of the giant's identity unanswered. There are several plausible explanations for the origins of the legend. One theory suggests that the stories may have been inspired by the bones of prehistoric whales that occasionally wash ashore in the region. These bones, with their imposing size and unusual appearance, could have been misinterpreted as the remains of giants. Another theory proposes that the tales may have originated from encounters with members of indigenous tribes known for their large stature. In fact, some researchers have explored the possibility that the legendary giant may have been an exaggeration of the average height of these indigenous populations. However, these theories don't fully account for the physical evidence left behind, such as the footprints and alleged bones. It's important to approach this topic with a healthy dose of skepticism and critical thinking. While the mystery of the Atacama Giant continues to captivate, it's crucial to rely on verifiable evidence and scientific analysis. The allure of the unknown and the possibility of undiscovered species or prehistoric beings may be tempting. Still, we must remain grounded in reality and acknowledge the limitations of our current understanding. The true origins of the Atacama Giant may forever remain a mystery, lost to time and shrouded in the mists of legend. It's possible that the footprints in the desert will continue to be a source of fascination and speculation for generations to come. But as we conclude our investigation, we're left with more questions than answers. What do you think? Was the Atacama Giant a product of imagination or a glimpse into the unknown? Share your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe for our next video where we'll delve into another unsolved mystery. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the unexplained. Keep an open mind and a curious heart as we continue to explore the mysteries of the world around us. Until next time, stay inquisitive and keep searching for answers.